Deep navy and charcoal shapes bubbled in flames of shadow as the broken roller shade of closing eyelids fell, extinguishing day's last vision. Then the ploughed white noise of pike traffic echoed at length the muffled thunk of a car door shutting, interrupting the sleeper on the left's idle chainsaw breathing, who shifted in turn, tugging sheet over the other stomach, like cloud across a breathless summit. The next exhale conveyed the day's scrap activity as mob of body's members hurried to hush themselves and wait. One last toe twitch, left elbow slid to rest, only head still held out. Fabergé facial muscles commenced relaxation and dissolved into consciousness closing trickle. Last ripples of the day settled out toward endless horizon unseen. Dental floss tissue under left eye finally softened. The air conditioner turned off. Vehicle on the street like the rasp of someone trying to see their breath in the cold. Unconsciousness pulls the whole horizon into a sinking bubble, or is it rising? But its splash splatters these last impressions across the inside of pearl-tinted sphere, so that they dissipate secretly into all surrounding deep. It was written in a book I could barely read, between the lines of slippery letters treading lazy water on a page that the dream can see inside or out or both, but floats askew times gravity, in which the concave horizon of consciousness seems so straight when I'm awake. Here, in vastness, the clear limits of perception's wavering globe form an unoriented setting, and it catches reflections of distorted life. Yet the statues, beasts, and linen-clothed which smothered others through their second senses would only begin to fill their waking sight before their last sleep beneath the blue flare of daytimes. You saw the heptamerous herd of ugly cows devour the beautiful on a river's reed-riddled lip. The good and the true are dead as well. Despair floods such chilly words over the banks of your eyes, your head lifted up under 3 bird-pecked baskets of soggy bread. You continue, if not bovine cuisine, the cerulean all-flow itself would have eaten them away. It's not a river, I contend, but a whirlpool completely surrounded by desert. The cobalt current only streams away, not around, you retort, and there is no such thing as is. But by now we have both been dragged to the choking depth. We breathe anyway through the frosty pillar of terror on which we feel impaled, and overflowing waters rip us apart, digesting you in my whirlpool and me in your river. The beast presides over a divorce of ages like a teacher grasping its crooked ruler of Babel marks white-knuckled in its hour hand, terrorizing us all when it can't seduce by its academic evil. It coaches us to repeat the pledge of malfeasance after it, shivering as we face an imagined nothing with our hand upon our eyes, hissing together, "My conscience is clear. Said he not unto me, she is my sister? So I'll do it anyway. There is no God, but he makes a fine hobby. All breath is weak. That may be true for you. Have thou nothing to do with that just man, for we have suffered much because of him. What is truth? All roads to it are the same, and the freedom of soul slavery for each. Glory to me! I see that beauty lives in my eyes, and whatever I want is good." Mostly because we feared the ruler, the classroom secularum took our caustic fables from the 6 o'clock news. We dissolved steadily into eyes who cannot see our blindness, our inner selves dispersing with each word, soul torn apart in frigid tides. Then the waters bore a fresh division, receding, returning to their limits, leaving a breathable firmament, and behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces, who began to weave us together within water's womb. I awoke then, well, half of me, one of us, as though I'd dreamed, my face pressed to the edge of my bubble like a revolving door spinning across visions halfway inside out. dispersed class somewhere between surface and abyss of this mysterious deep. But in a balmy breeze of trust that doesn't fit inside my sphere, I wonder, how came this light in which to see, as an alien compassion squeezes my stress-ball intestines, hanging from them like a pendulum, swinging heavily from far below, above, till I realize it's me being swung. This epiphany pulls my attention outward until my fractured self lies entirely immersed in sight-surpassing realization of the wholly uncreated, saturating our bubbles, even my small sphere, with his own second breath of Jesus Christ, freshening air that had staled before the first division of flesh. Heavy sigh wafted a consciousness that had first filled and overlapped every globe in history's screaming boil. Before our eyes this blistering sea contracted to a simmering water-pot, after the manner of the purifying of the Jews, reducing further to a slowly tilting cup full of dawning light that we must sip. At last his recipe calls for his return. The pages flipped by faster, and the letters started sinking away from the horizon at 9.82 meters per second squared with a feather's grace. The morning world grayed a little against the desaturating darkness, soon to splatter across the unshakable, one generation at a time, and then all at once, when the Prince of Peace finally places the ring upon his bride. My wife's breath swishes harmoniously with mine. The comforter of sunlight hangs sideways in the room, a luminescent cloud into which the alarming clock spits its witness of the world's latest corruption, pledged and masticated by a sevenfold famine of righteousness. The wind sighs in the foliage by the sill, the traffic having turned off some time since. Outside the room, the horizon has reclined from its spiraled bubble to sprawl out flat somewhere in an endless distance I can't see from here. But it's clear that while more than half the world sleeps, half or more of each of us is dreaming some self-aggrandizing spin of rightless division between breath, body, and inspirer, and God is calling us to his unity. So awaken, children, before the horizon burns with a definite light to come, whose true edge cuts more certainly than Arioch's blade. Tell me my dream as the symphony of my members rise to bow, so that soon she and her husband kneel together as united parts of that body stretching gem-faceted across the inherited earth, catching countless layers of his shine the way refulgent incense ascends to all eternity, in refreshed offering of self and prayer and thanks to Jesus in the bleak AM of history, the eyes opening.